we use for plus a period of time. Okay, so it is very clear. We use for plus a period of time, like for 11 years. Now, for 11 years is a period of time, right? And we use since plus a point of time. So we use for plus a period of time, like for 2 weeks, for 3 years, for 11 years, for maybe 1 month, right? So we use for plus a period of time, and since plus the starting point of a time. Since plus a point of a time, right? For example, since 2010, since yesterday, since 2 weeks ago, since last year, since 2020. Understood? Okay. Now it is what we wanted to discuss about the present perfect. So let's continue with the present perfect continuous tense. Right? The present perfect continuous tense. Okay. We use the present perfect continuous tense with for and since with action verbs. Okay, let me write here. Maybe here. Okay, so it is a present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so we use present perfect continuous tense with since and for plus action verbs. Okay, action verbs to talk about actions that started in the past and are still true now. So present perfect we use since and for plus non-action verbs, and with the present perfect continuous we use since and for plus action verbs to say when an action is started that is still true. To talk about an action that is started in the past and it is still true now. Okay, action verbs, they are verbs that describe an action. For example, teach, learn, write, speak, talk, walk. They are action verbs because they show or they describe an action. So you use present perfect continuous with an non-action verb using since and for. For example, Ruhullah can say, I have been learning English. I have been learning English for 3 years. Right? So it means that Ruhullah started to learn English 3 years ago and he is still learning English until now. So the structure for present perfect is have or has been plus verb plus ing, like has been learning, have been playing. Understood? Yes. Okay. So now make an example for present perfect continuous using since or for.
It has been raining for 2 hours.
It has been raining for 2 hours, right? It means that it started to rain 2 hours ago and it is still raining, right?
I have been living in Indonesia for 5 years.
Very good. I have been living in Indonesia for 5 years.
I'll ask you a question.
Yes?
How long have you been teaching English?
Very good. How long have you been teaching English? To be honest, I have been teaching English since 2015, right? So when I just got transferred to the COPS, I started to teach English. My first student was Aziz Sulaimani. So he was studying alone. So every day after waking up and eating his breakfast, he used to come to my room and we used to study English. So he was my first student. So I have been teaching since 2015. I have been teaching English since 2015, or I can say I have been teaching English for 6 years, right? Yes. Good. Any other sentence?
Yes, I have been living in Pekanbaru since 2016.
Very good. I have been living in Pekanbaru since 2016. Okay, let's continue. Okay, there's a note here. Do not use since or for with the present continuous tense. Right? Present continuous is I'm teaching. So I cannot say that I am teaching since 9:30. Right? It is wrong. You cannot use since or for with the present continuous tense. And you can also not use since or for with the simple present tense, right? So since and for is only used with the with simple past, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. So I cannot say that I have been teaching. I have been teaching for an hour. No, it is right. I can say like that. I cannot say that I am teaching for an hour or I am teaching since 9:30. It is wrong. Don't use since or for with the present continuous tense. Yes, don't use since and for with the present continuous tense. He said that it has been raining for 2 hours. Okay, it means that it started just recently and maybe it has stopped raining right now. So you can use present perfect continuous to talk about actions that started recently and they are just finished. Right? Okay. So it is very easy if you want to ask questions in present perfect continuous. For example, when I say I have been teaching English since 2015, it is a positive sentence. If I want to ask a question, I simply say, have I been teaching English since 2015? The negative will be, I haven't been or I have not been teaching English since 2015. Right? Okay. That is it. That was present perfect continuous tense. So, present perfect continuous tense talks or discusses actions that started in the past and they are still continuous. Like learning English for Ruhullah. He has started to learn English 3 years ago and he is still learning English. So actions started in the past is still continuous. Right? Okay, like our life in Indonesia. We have been living in Indonesia since 2015. It means our life started from 2015 and it is still continued or it is still continuous here in Indonesia. Understood? Yes. Now, if you have got any question, just go ahead.